I can share my screen. Ta-da! Welcome, welcome. It's great to have you all here today. I am going to share my screen. I am fired up whenever I get a chance to talk to people about marketing, sales and marketing, and especially LinkedIn. I just am overjoyed because I was back in 2011, January the 4th of 2011 was when I was laid off my last job. And I was on nothing, no social media whatsoever. And if it hadn't been for my two oldest boys, both being programmers, and my oldest son using LinkedIn all the time to recruit software engineers, and then he hired me and taught me how to use LinkedIn. I was so scared, you guys. I read the entire terms of use for LinkedIn, Facebook, and Twitter because those were the three key ones that were available back then. Really great, exciting reading, I'll tell you. But it did teach me something. It taught me the rules of engagement for the social media platforms. And I notice, and I'm guilty of it too. You know, when you sign up for a new platform and it says there's a little box that you have to check to agree to the terms of use, right? Everybody just clicks that box and they don't even bother to go in and see what it says in there, what it actually says in there.
I'm one of them.
Well, I've done it, and I kick myself every time I do it. And the only reason I've done it is because I haven't had a whole bunch of time to sit, because I know as soon as I start reading the terms of use, it's going to take me a while to get through it because it's pages and pages and pages and pages, right? But I have to be patient with myself. There are two key words that I've learned in my life. Number one, consistency. And number two is patience, mostly patience with myself. Because here I am, a boomer, and you would think I had more patience, right? But I'm locked into or caught up in this being microwave oven kind of thinking, right? We all are. Everything has to happen bang right now. Okay, I got it now. It's got to happen now.
Yeah.
So it's that patience and consistency are two key words that I've learned in my short life here. So I'm just going to share my screen. I am going to show you guys some really great stuff today. Okay, now you see my Zoom.
Yep.
Okay, so what we're going to talk about today is something I'm going to hit it bang on the nose here. Why you're not making money online. There's so many people I hear online, and it's not just this community, in different communities that I've been part of, right? Or that I am part of. And people complain about they're not making money online. And we just finished a monthly mindset training with Jen Stillion and about controlling our minds. And I'm going to tell you a little bit of a story. I don't know if I've shared it with you guys yet or not, but I do share it quite often. I was raised on a ranch, like I said. And from the time we were young kids, we were not allowed to come to the breakfast table with a grouchy face. If we came to the breakfast table with a grouchy face, we got pointed down the hall to our bedroom. Come back when you can find your smile and you have breakfast with us. Well, that only had to happen to us one time because there were like up to 15 people sitting around that table. And by the time we got back there wasn't much breakfast left. We had to invent the oatmeal sandwich or something because we weren't allowed to go to the cupboard and get peanut butter and jelly. And mom wasn't there to cook us a fresh breakfast usually. By the time we got back to that breakfast table, mom was out in the garden hoeing or doing something else. She wasn't there. She had work to do on the ranch. And so I learned at a very young age how important it is to control my mind and control my thinking and to not let my mind run amok and go, oh my gosh, this is happening to me. Oh, woe is me, right? And I get so upset with my friends that are the same age bracket as me, and they sit in their lazy boy recliners with their arms up on the sides, and they're going, oh, my pension is so small. I'm having such a hard time. Oh, it's like I want to just yell at them and say, get over it, guys. It's all in our own mind. We are exactly where we are as a direct result of how we think, right? And I'm reminded of Nick Vujicic. Do you know Nick Vujicic from Australia?
No, I've heard that name.
He's the little guy that they lift up on a table. He has no arms and no legs, just a couple
Oh,
of little
yes, yes.
paddles for his feet. Yeah, he's a multi-millionaire.
Yeah.
He has people that help him. He has overcome himself, right? And he just I'm getting goosebumps talking about him because he goes around and speaking to high schools and to communities, and he commands a big income. So he doesn't go around saying, "Oh, I'm just a little guy, I'm not worth very much and it's $25." No. They pay big bucks to have him come. And he's even learned how to swim. And I watched a video one time of him in the swimming pool with his coach teaching him how to swim with no
Wow.
arms and no legs, right? Amazing. So when you look at somebody like that and you look at somebody like me, I've got my arms and I got my legs. I got all my parts. I have nothing to complain about, right? So taking that a little bit further, hey Shanika, you made it. Hello, hello. So I I'm going to hit you guys hard today because I'm not just pointing at you, I'm pointing at me as well, because we can control how we think. We can control what the results are. So if we're not making money online, it's our own dang fault. It's what we're thinking between these two ears of ours. And that's what's controlling it. And I'm so thankful that I grew up in a family that was we were not allowed to swear. Nobody swore. We were not allowed to use negative talk about anybody or anything. If that ever happened, we were pointed down the hall, or my dad would put his hand up and say, "That's enough. Nope, can't. We're not allowed to talk about like that." And I'm so thankful that I was raised like that. And I learned to look at things from a different point of view and find solutions to my challenges. So I always look outside the box. If what's working inside my box and what I've been learning and what's being taught to me, if it's not working, I got to go outside the box and find a way to fix it, right? And I hear so many seniors who complain about their pensions being so small in Canada. The average pension in Canada is between 1,200 and 1,700 now, right? The average rent for a one-bedroom apartment in Canada is over 2,000 a month.
True.
It's not their fault. It's not our fault, right? But we can control it, right? There's a way to get around it. If we start thinking outside the box, we can find a solution. So I just started looking when I was laid off my last job. I just started looking for solutions because we thought we had savings, but it wasn't over 100,000. And in Canada, you need to have now get this, when you hit retirement age, you need to have at least 400K socked away in an investment in order to be able to live a comfortable lifestyle the rest of your born natural. So if we're sitting here complaining about this isn't working and my pension is too low and all that negative stuff, that's what we're going to get more of, right? So what we're being taught in our community here through Michelle is absolutely phenomenal because she's teaching what I was taught when I grew up from childhood and even more. So when I was listening to Jen this afternoon, I went, "Oh my gosh." It's coming at us from all directions. We got to grab a brain and think, okay, yeah, we can do this, right? We can get ourselves into the right mindset. Okay, enough harping. So how are we going to use LinkedIn to get where we want to go, right? So here's three points I want to touch on through today. We're going to talk, here's three reasons why we're not making sales if that's our big complaint. So number one, And you can screenshot this. I don't mind if you do that. The lack of a clear online business strategy. You guys, I have my goal book. This is my goal book sitting on my desk beside me all the time. And I refer to my goals. This is my February goals on a regular basis so that I can just grab my book and I've got a marker in place so that I can open it up right at the right page. And I add more things to it if I think I need to add more things to it, but it helps keep me focused. So one of the things on my list is to perfect my message. Perfect my message. And Michelle tells us that over and over all the time. Get better with your message, just get better. And I got busy and got involved using repurpose. I was going to say system.io, but repurpose.io. And I got to show you what happened here on my videos because I got them set on automatic. And here's one of my videos. Let's see if I can turn the sound on.
Now get in your bed. Go on, in the bed. In your bed. Now. Go, go. Go on.
Oh, you're talking to your dog. You need to put yourself on mute, Mike.
Yeah, sorry about that. She just came in and started pestering me.
I kind of got tongue-tied at the end, but I try to keep my videos at 1 minute. I really work hard to try to keep it at 1 minute, and every once in a while it gets cut off a little bit, but it gets enough. Catches enough of it. But I could have just discarded that, right?
We weren't able to hear the volume.
Oh, couldn't you? So I try it again.
Can you?
Just a minute.
No, I couldn't hear.
Oh, sorry about that, guys. I turned the volume up high. Watch again, okay. Can you hear that? Give me a thumbs up if you can hear it. Can you hear it?
Sounds distorted.
Oh,
Can't hear it.
darn. Okay, so if you're not connected to me on LinkedIn, join me on LinkedIn and then you can go and watch these videos. So these videos are coming through from repurpose.io, right? And I've been doing faithfully 3 videos a day ever since I got going with my TikTok, right? And trying to improve my message and get a little bit better and a little bit better and a little bit better all the time. And now with repurpose.io, they're automatically, I've got it set so that it automatically sends out a video to LinkedIn, X, YouTube, Pinterest, and what's the other one? There's another one. There's 5 of them, 5 platforms that I'm posting on, right? Using repurpose.io. And what forced me to do this is the fact that I almost lost my LinkedIn account at the beginning of February, it's about the end of January, I think it was. And I thought that I'd been hacked, but I discovered that what had happened is LinkedIn didn't like the way I was posting for jobs. They do not like you to post for jobs on here if you're in network marketing anymore. And so if you've been posting jobs on your LinkedIn and you've got some up there, it's just a matter of time before you're going to get suspended. So what they did is they gave me a 2-week suspension. Well, what that did to my business, you guys, was horrendous, because then I lost my momentum, and to build up that momentum again is a job and a half. So I'm telling you this, if you're posting jobs for a network marketing organization or for this legacy business, you're going to have to take it down because you're going to get risking losing your LinkedIn account. So I hope that makes sense with everybody. Okay. So, you know what we're taught in our community? We're taught to do 3 posts a day, right? 3 posts a day, 3 posts a day. So that's what I've been doing through all of my social media. But now with repurpose.io, I'm doing 3 videos a day through all my social media, not just on my TikTok and the odd one on my YouTube, right? So all these videos are going to go through all my different social media platforms now. And I'm really excited that I finally got on the stick and got this all organized for myself. So if you are not using repurpose.io, you might want to check it out because it's working beautifully, transferring. Because I didn't upload this video onto my platform by myself. I just connected it up to repurpose.io.
Is there a cost for that?
Yes. Now they had a special offer that for new people. So if you get in touch with repurpose.io, they had the first month for $1. You could try it out for a month. And then after that, you pay for it. And I think it's something like $35 a month or something. It's not really terribly expensive.
Mhm.
But it's worth every penny. I'm so glad that I'm connected up to it. So I'm just going to walk through a few key things that you need to be aware of with your LinkedIn here. It seems like every time I get on one of these, I got to double check and make sure the recording's still going. Okay. With this, I'm on the home button here. You see this little house? So when you're in the home button, or in the home area, you click on home, and then you can see some of your latest posts that from people that you're connected to, right? So there's a whole bunch of posts that these are all, I think these people are in the community with us. But this is where you can start writing your article from, or you can post a job, but don't post any jobs if you're trying to post legacy jobs. And you can add media here. So you can just upload a video right here if you want. And if you've got a post that you want to post, you can just click on here and start your post. Just like it's the same way that you set up a post using Facebook or Instagram. You just click on the box and upload your picture or your video, put in your thoughts, and then post it. This will turn blue and then you just click post.
So if I could put some of my TikTok videos in there then.
Yes, you can.
Oh,
Yeah.
wonderful.
So if you're trying to figure out how to post your TikTok, now here's something you need to do. And I don't know how to show this on the computer here, but I'm going to open up my TikTok. So if you've got your phone handy, you click on your TikTok icon. And if you go into where you have all your home page, where you have all your videos stored, and you hit the little plus sign down at the bottom to start recording a video. And then after you get the video recorded, so I'm just going to go ahead and record 15 seconds here of this video. And then once that is recorded, then you click another button. So I'm just going to walk you through this 15 seconds here. As soon as it's done, there we go. I'm just going to go ahead and record 15 seconds here of this video. And then once that is recorded, then you click another button. So I'm just going to walk you through this 15 seconds here. So I'm going to click. I'm just going to go ahead and record 15 seconds here of this video. So there's on the side, you'll see a whole bunch of little icons, and then you'll see upper lowercase a in there. if you click on that, then you can type in a little headline for your video, right? And then once that's done, you just click done and then drag it down to just below your chin. That headline should be just below your chin. And then you click this there's a little down arrow on the far right side, and hit that little down arrow and another bunch of icons open up. And there's one that says captions, and it's sort of a rectangular shaped picture looking sort of like a computer keyboard. And you click on that, and what that does is that automatically downloads the closed captions on your video. And it's all there now. So it's only 15 seconds worth, so it's not a lot. And then you can go in and you can edit your captions to make sure that there are no spelling errors, or you can add an exclamation mark or a question mark or whatever in there. And then you hit the X. There's a little tiny X right up here to the side. See that little tiny X? You click that little X. And you move the, you move the closed caption to the top of the page there. And then you click this little red next. See the little red next button? Click that little next button, and that takes you to another page. And guys, that's where you can go and you can set for the watermark to be erased automatically off all your videos. So then you can use, so it's this one right here. See where my finger's going? Right beside my finger. It says more options. So you click on more options and it'll say in there, save posts with watermark. So I turned that off. So the save posts with watermark is turned off on mine. See? Right there, but right below the blue. So you want to turn that off so that it saves your posts without the watermark. And it's hard to find. You don't find it right away. But I wanted to show you guys that so that you are aware of it. And then, so then all of your videos don't have a watermark then, so you can hook them up to repurpose.io. And then you don't need to worry about repurpose. Just set it on automatic, and repurpose will then just post your 3 videos a day on all your different platforms at whatever time you decide you want to schedule your posts to go out, your videos to go out. But I wanted to show you that because there's been quite a bit of controversy go online through all the different trainings about those watermarks. And you can use a platform called CapCut. And I used to use CapCut, but now that TikTok has got that built into their own platform, I don't need to use CapCut anymore. Any questions before we move on? Okay. So that's part of the home page. So if you click on My Network, this is where you're going to see all your connections and your contacts and your followers, who's following you. And then you can also look over on the side. Keep having to move our video pictures out of the way. And you'll have people inviting you to connect with them. But you have to read a little bit about them before you just blindly connect with everybody. When I first started LinkedIn, what I did is people would reach out and want to connect with me, and I would just accept. I wouldn't even read anything about them. And then I finally realized one day that they're shaping my whole algorithm on LinkedIn. So you want to make sure that you connect with people who are in business, network marketing kind of business, or home-based business, or they're entrepreneurs, so that you shape your algorithm, because you're looking for people who are like-minded thinkers like you, right? And if you connect up with people from home-based businesses or who are entrepreneurs from home-based businesses, you'll have a much better algorithm and much better audience to choose from to connect to, right? And the reason you want to connect with these people is because most of them are not happy with their company. So, and if they're in network marketing, they're fed up with monthly fees and monthly auto ships. And so if they see this program, they're going to be a lot more excited about wanting to know more about it, because 100% commission sure sounds a lot better than 25 or 6% commission, right? So this guy here, he follows me and is inviting me to connect. So if I want to know about him, you just hover your mouse over the name and right click on their name, because then they can't tell that you're checking them out, right? So you right click on the name and then go all the way up to the top of that drop down where it says open link in new tab. You click on open link in new tab, left click once, and you'll notice at the very top of the screen, there's a new LinkedIn window opening up. And that's opening up on their profile. So it looks like this guy does not have English. So here's the thing that people need to understand. And I'm so thankful that I was raised English, because I don't know if I would be able to be learning another language. But English is considered to be the language of business worldwide. And we need to speak English. If we want to build a big business, we need to have English be the base. And you notice most everything you find online is English. You're looking for a program, you're looking for a course, they're all in English, right? You very seldom see something in another language. And people need to realize that, how important it is to know English and be able to communicate in English. So unfortunately, I'm going to close out of this. So I'm going to hit the X up at the corner, and I'm going to ignore, because he does not have English. And I can't help him if he doesn't have English, and he's not going to be able to build a big business if he doesn't have English. And we have people in our community as well who do not speak English very well, and they're really struggling to build a good, solid business because of the language barrier. I'm not going to even go into the jobs tab. I'm going to just ignore that. We're going to go into messaging. So there's two places where you can do the messaging here. You can, I like this one for responding because they give you more room to write. And can you all hear me? Give me a thumbs up. Okay, great. Awesome. Hey, Gerard, I didn't see you hop in there. Great to have you. So you can set your search for unread. So you can click on the unread button up here. And so then all the people that you haven't responded to yet will show up. So you can go in and respond to all of these people and make sure that you don't miss anybody, right? Whereas if you go to this little one down here in the bottom and you open up this little messaging thing, you can quite often miss people in here, because there will be people that maybe that you responded to in between. So maybe there'll be a few in here that you responded to and you think that you're finished, right? But then later on, you'll find that, oh, gee, there's someone way down here that I missed, right? So I like to use this one for responding to messages, because you can make sure that you get all the unread ones. Now, if you have a question, feel free to, I see some a hand raised. I don't know why my hand's raised. Velda, what's your question, dear?
What specifically can't you post about a job? Or like when you post, when you would, I've been on LinkedIn for quite a while. but I've never posted on it.
Mm-hmm.
And but I'm hearing how much, about your success, and I'm wanting to learn more. But I'm wondering what kind of posts don't you want to post here?
Okay, so I'm just not going to post anything to do with jobs, right? In the jobs section. And I don't want to even mention the word job in any of my posts. It's LinkedIn is not really clear exactly what they're looking for, but I read through their new terms of use, and what I can gather from the jobs point of view is they don't want to see legacy stuff in there.
So can't you even mention the legacy builder?
No, not in the jobs, not if you're posting jobs.
Oh,
So
okay.
the jobs you post in the jobs section cannot mention a name of a network marketing organization or a third-party posting organization or anything like that.
And Christine,
Yes?
can I, since we talked last, I put in my profile right underneath my name or my picture and my description or my title, sort of, I've got visit my website with a hyperlink. Is that acceptable? And the hyperlink is actually the capture page.
Yes, that's good. You should be fine with that.
Okay,
The challenge that they have is if you put in a website that has legacy builders in it, or the name of a network marketing company in it. LinkedIn is really, and it's the same with a lot of different platforms now. You have to be really careful that you don't mention the name of the company, right? But you could say you're building a legacy. Use it as a noun,
okay,
but in a different, rather than calling it the legacy builders. And you can just say you're busy building a legacy for your family.
okay, great.
So
So
using it in that,
I was
yeah.
just going to say, my website is dreamchaserlegacy.com.
Uh-huh.
Would that be okay?
Yeah, it should be fine.
Okay.
Yeah. The thing that they don't like is the name of the company, Legacy
Mhm.
Builder, right?
Yeah.
And even though they're just words, it really keeps us hopping to make sure that we're doing things, quote, how should we say, the way we're supposed to.
Ethically.
Yeah. Being good kids.
My mom used to call it copacetic.
Right. I like that too. Okay. Other raised hands? I don't see any. Oh yeah, Mike.
Yeah, I've just been revamping my page after talking to you the other day about it. Now I've got the symbol for digital growth community on there. Should I remove that?
Oh, yeah. Boy, oh boy, oh boy. I would take it off. Is
Right.
it in your headline or your
Yeah, on my profile page at the front, I must have put something further down about what I'm in, digital growth community, and it's put the actual symbol up there.
Oh, that should be okay.
Oh, right.
I think you're okay. Well, so you've obviously put it down, got it listed by name in your description somewhere.
Yeah, I was doing it
Yeah.
tonight before I came on.
I would go into your description that is bouncing off of. I would go in, DGC, Digital Growth Community. I think,
Yeah,
I think that'll be okay. DGC will be
right.
okay. It's the legacy
Okay.
builder that you have to watch out for.
Yeah, I had legacy builder in there before, so I'm going to be, I think I've already removed it, but I am going to be making sure it's not in there now.
Yeah. So in a way, I'm glad that I went through this so that I can help some other people, so that nobody else has to go through what I went through.
Yeah, that could have been devastating, couldn't it?
Well, you know what happened is when I couldn't get into my LinkedIn account, I thought that I'd been hacked. And so I
Yeah.
started setting up a new account, a new LinkedIn account. And I was already at 5 people. And then I got a notice from LinkedIn saying that I'd been suspended. And it was because of the way I'd posted for jobs.
Yeah. Well, with me putting that DGC in there, it then brought up other people that were in the same for me to connect with, because it
Yeah.
said digital growth community. It came up with that.
Yeah. So here's the thing. It's really great. I like to connect with people in our community because everybody's working together to help shape each other's algorithms on your LinkedIn, right? But we need to go outside of our community in order to connect with some new people, in order to find customers, right? So that's the next thing I wanted to touch on. I started to go there last week, and the reason we're having 2 LinkedIn lives 1 week and there's no week in between is because the first week in February, my LinkedIn live on the 6th, I had internet challenges and I couldn't record the meeting. So I went ahead and had one on the 13th, and now we've got one on the 20th. So we have 2 in a row. So I think I'll skip the 27th and then we'll do the first Thursday in March. Oh, what's the first Thursday in March? Oh, okay. My birthday's in March. I had to make sure I don't. Oh, I would do it on my birthday anyway, probably. Okay, so let's get in here. I see the chat has some chats. Hello, going to turn my camera off. Okay. Can you put your link in the chat? Okay, which link is that, Shanika?
Your LinkedIn.
Oh, my
The
LinkedIn link.
to your LinkedIn.
Okay, awesome. I'm going to go down and open up my spreadsheet. This community that we're all part of is just the most wonderful community I have ever experienced. I am loving it more and more every day. Okay, let's get my link here. Okay, I'm pasting it into the chat.
Thank you.
You're welcome. I keep it saved I keep my key links to social media platforms saved on a spreadsheet. So I just have to have that spreadsheet open in a corner, because quite often I'll get in this same kind of a situation, right?
Good idea. Well,
And then I can share my link. So I'm just going to shrink it down now and get back into my LinkedIn. Okay, so we've talked about the messaging thing. And the next thing is the notifications. And so in this notifications, these are see all the videos that have been posted by Repurpose? You see them? So the videos have been successfully uploaded. Hey, Martin, are you on here? Martin follows a lot of my videos. So when you go into your notifications, that's where you have to go to respond to people talking about your different videos and things, right? So these are different. They're all different. So I can go, then you have to go click back on your notifications again, and then check the next one. You go back to your notifications again. So I just appreciate you guys so much. The reason most of us are getting acknowledged online the way we are is because of our community. 50,000 members, right? And so there's, and it's just a fraction of those members that are actually on LinkedIn. But I'm so impressed. So you need to go in here at least once every other day and check to see the responses that are coming through from people and respond to those people. That way it keeps the momentum going with all of your posts that are happening. Okay, y'all see the little me button? You see the little me button? Very top here. This is a very key button, and this is going to be part of your homework to do for March, the first Thursday in March. So go in here. You can either view your profile. So this is my headline up here, and you can go into settings and privacy. And this is really important. Go into your settings and privacy. And you need to go in and set this up the way you want it. So you have your account preferences. So you click on this one at the top left, account preferences, and then you work through each one of these sections until you get through everything and make sure that you set it up the way you want it set up. Do not hibernate the account or close your account. You'll end up the creek without a paddle. And so just go in and check each one out, read a little bit about it, and go through this whole thing. This is your back office. And if you are getting too many emails, this is where you can control the number of emails that you get. This is where you can manage I'm on a premium account. So this is where you can go and manage your account. And then you go to the next one. Once you finish going through the first one, is sign in and security. So you can manage your entire account from this section here. And you need to have at least one other email address in here so that if you ever get suspended or get hacked, you have an email that you can use to access your account. So I've got, this is the email address that I use, my Gmail address. I started using this 14 years ago when I first started using LinkedIn. And I use this one along with one other email address. You want to put a phone number in here so that you can be able to access, or you can. So here's what happened with me with LinkedIn. I went online and I searched for a way to contact LinkedIn. LinkedIn is really hard to get in touch with. And I no longer have Facebook. And there is on Facebook, there is a group on Facebook that is for LinkedIn help. So if you ever have a challenge with LinkedIn and a huge question that you need to have answered and you can't get any response from anybody, well, you can message me. But the biggest challenge I see people having with LinkedIn is they end up somehow setting up more than one LinkedIn profile. And you are only allowed to have one LinkedIn profile. So this is another thing that happened to me. When they suspended my main account, which has a total of over 23,000 people, and then when they gave me my account back, they said, oh, we noticed you have two accounts. And I said, well, duh, guys. I thought I'd been hacked and I lost my account. So I started setting up a new account. So it's your fault. You caused it. Anyway, you have to ask them very nicely. I'm being more strong with my language than I was actually with them. I fell on my sword. And so I told them that I asked them if they could merge the two accounts. So that's what has to happen. If you end up with two different LinkedIn profiles, you need to be able to get that profile, those profiles merged, and you have to tell them exactly which profile you want to be the main profile, whether it's this profile or whether it's this profile, that kind of thing. You have to be really specific with the email. But if you don't do anything about it, you could lose all of your accounts. And that's been the biggest challenge that I've run into with most of my clients that have had big challenges, is trying to get those more than one accounts settled so that they just have one account. So if you want to change your password, you go here. And here's passkeys. Have you guys got your LinkedIn double opted in? Make sure that you double opt in your LinkedIn account. Get the two-step verification set up. So mine is on. You want to make sure that that is set up. The chances of, if you've got this set up with an authenticator, the chances of you getting hacked are really, really next to nothing. They can't, because your authenticator is probably on your phone, right? And the chances of them getting on your phone are really slim, and your computer. Are there any questions before I move on to my next section? So you just go through each of these. Each one of these sections on the left. Data privacy, advertising data. You don't need to go into advertising data that much, but the groups are the key thing that you want. Okay, I'm going to move to the next step here.
I guess I would have a question.
Sure.
Are you part of groups on LinkedIn?
Yes, that's where I'm going next, is into the groups, because that's the biggest kept secret on LinkedIn. And that's what I learned from my son. Michael said, Mom, the biggest kept secret on LinkedIn is in the groups. And most people don't even know that there's groups on LinkedIn. And I've had some wonderful experiences on LinkedIn from people that have been following me for years. And I've had people suddenly buy from me through this legacy program, because they've been following me for so many years. And one person said to me, "Hi, Christine, I've been following you for 10 years and I want to talk to you. I want to know some more about what you're doing," right? It just totally floored me. Some of these people follow you for years. And then I just, in January, I had a guy buy from me who had been following me since 2020 on LinkedIn. So LinkedIn is more of a long game, and you need to be conscious of the fact that you need to build that know, like, and trust. It's a professional platform. So here's the 5 reasons why we need to be using LinkedIn. Number 1, and I get these stats from my boys because they have to know stats for their work that they do. The average income of people on LinkedIn is between 76 and 86,000 US annually. The average income, number 2, of people who are executives on LinkedIn is between 125 and 150,000 annually US dollars. The groups are the biggest kept secret, number 3. Number 4, LinkedIn is the most professional platform of all the social media platforms on the internet. There's lots of copycats out there. Be really careful. Be so careful. LinkedIn is the best. I've tried a few of the other ones, but here's what the other ones tend to do is, as soon as you sign up and join their platform, what do they call those? Their search engines get into your email and they start sending emails out to everybody in your email. So even if you have a Gmail or a Hotmail or a Yahoo Mail, they get into your email, and then they send invitations out to your grandchildren, your Aunt Sue, all your people that are on your email that you don't do business with, and you end up with your whole family mad at you because this company won't stop inviting them to connect or set up an account. My Aunt June, who's in her 90s, no, she's 89, she's just about 90, she said to me that she was so upset with me because she couldn't get this one company to stop inviting her to come and join their platform. And she had to finally sign up to get that company to stop bugging her. So you have to be really careful what kinds of companies you connect with. If you get a company that says that they're better than LinkedIn, run away. Do not touch them with a 10-foot pole. You'll just end up getting yourself in trouble. So that's 4 reasons. And here's number 5. Everybody on LinkedIn is there to do business, guys. And here's another reason, number 6, why you need to be using LinkedIn. The average income of people on Facebook is between 22 and 24,000 US dollars annually. So where are the people who can afford to buy our stuff, right? Our big ticket items. So the better we can be on LinkedIn and the more helpful we can be with people and the more value we can provide to our people, the better it's going to be, because they're going to be able to afford to buy our stuff. Any questions before I move on to the next step? Okay. I am going to go into the groups next. Okay. You see these little 9 dots here? These 9 dots. Oh, darn. Okay, I'm going to do this. We got to get into the groups. So I hope you don't mind if we go a few minutes over. Is that okay with you guys? Okay, awesome, awesome. So you click on these little 9 dots. I call them the hash. Okay, and then you click on these little blue men here where it says groups. So these are the groups that I'm in. And if you are not, so see, it's up here, it says your groups. And then over here, it says requested. So there are groups that you can be sitting in here waiting for them to accept you. And you'd be just sitting in this holding room. This is a waiting room in here. But I've now been accepted into all my groups that I wanted to join. I think I'm in about 22 different groups. And you can be in up to 100 different groups on LinkedIn. And I was there once. I was in 100 groups, but I couldn't manage it. It was just too many groups. So every time I published an article, whenever I published an article, then I post it once a week in all my groups, right? And it was taking me hours to publish in all my groups, because what you do is you don't just go in there and publish. That would be fast. You have to go into the groups. And when you publish your articles in those groups, you need to go in and make sure that you like and comment on 3 or 4 or 5 posts from somebody else in that group, right? Because you're building that know, like, and trust with people. And if you just go in and post and never interact with any of the other posts in the groups, you get blacklisted in a big hurry, and then you end up getting banned from the group eventually. So it's really important to bear in mind that those are people in those groups, and they're just like you and I. They're wanting to build a business. They're trying to build an income online. So there's a few groups that are my own groups. This Marketing Enthusiasts is my own group that I've been working on building. It has over 3,000 members. So if you're looking for groups on here, you need to look for groups that have 3,000 or more members, right? You don't want to join the smaller groups because you're looking for inventory. And this digital consumer marketing is a group that I built for my son. But linking Edmonton, the city of Edmonton, I've been quite active with the physical sit down to breakfast network meetings before we had the big health crisis. So I've been in communication with these people in these two groups from physical networking that I'd been doing over the years. So I do post in these two groups on a regular basis. But there's like home-based business groups, MLM network marketing group. This group I'm helping build. This person wanted to set up their own group, but I'm kind of thinking I'm going to get in touch with this guy because he's kind of disappeared into the woodwork. But you notice most of these groups that I'm in are over 3,000, right? This Seattle business group is another group I'm helping somebody else to grow. So if you go way down to the bottom of the page, I just have to move the pictures out of the way. Can you see this word, the blue letters search? So you click on search, and then you go up to the top, and you see how it's highlighted the groups here, right? So you want to put in, let's try network marketing. And we'll click on one of these. Now see here, it changed. So you could actually do searches for all of these different categories, but just make sure you've got the groups highlighted. And look at this. There's 16,000 results. And these are all groups that have something to do with network marketing. And you look at some of the sizes of these groups, there's 1 million members. This one only has 28 members. So you have to be careful. Make sure that you take note. It's 339,000 members. No, one member, 21,000. So make sure you double check the number of members before you request to join. So if it says over here, view posts, that means you're already in the group. But if it says join, then you have to click and send a request to join, and you have to wait for them to accept you into the group. And I would suggest that if you're just brand new and just starting to join groups, don't join any more than 5 to 10 groups at a time, and then wait until you get accepted into all those groups before you request to join a bunch more. And you will, from time to time, you will get a message from LinkedIn, a little pop-up message. So let's say you send out a request to join 10 groups, and then you get a pop-up message from LinkedIn that says, you've reached your limit of groups you can join. Listen to them. Do not keep pushing in and trying to connect to more groups. We have to listen to those messages that LinkedIn gives us. So once you get into a group, so now I'm going to choose one of these groups. Let's see, we'll try. Let's do this startup specialists group here. You go into this group and see here where it says where you can invite connections. Do not click on this, because what will happen is you will alert LinkedIn to the fact that you are actually inviting people to connect with you. And LinkedIn has put a limit on the number of people you can invite to connect with you on a daily, weekly, monthly basis. So you want to be careful. You want to click down here where it says show all. And when it clicks on show all, there it is. It lists all the members, right? So you're going to start alphabetically searching for people that you want to just send a message to. Say, hey, I noticed we're both in the Startup Specialist Network group. Tell me, what inspired you to start using LinkedIn for your business? I noticed that you do da-da-da-da-da-da. Just find something that in their profile that you can talk to them, so you have something in common to talk to them about. And then say, and at the end, just say, by the way, let's connect and find ways to collaborate, right? And if they accept, great. If they don't, that's okay too. So you start with A. See how it changes? See how it changes? You want to look for the people that are second and third level. If they are first level, that means you're already connected to them. So you want to look for people that are second and third level. Well, this person is in human resources. They're probably not a good connection. So I'm not going to even bother checking into that one. Here's a founder, CEO, managing director. Ah, this looks like it might be kind of interesting. Let's just right click on his name and open the link in a new tab, left click one time. And there it is opening up in the top. And remember, we're searching incognito here. So this fellow is in India. Okay, here's something I'm going to suggest. In our organization, and our legacy project, I call it, or my play, stop, do system. I went into one of our tech Zooms and I had Michelle Schmaderer set up a direct deposit link, because people in India, in different parts of India and different parts of Africa, they have a different banking system. And so Stripe doesn't work. Square doesn't work. PayPal doesn't work, but you can do a bank draft. And so she set up the back in my website, a place where people can do a bank draft. And I just had somebody buy a $900 program from me who is from Africa, and they went through the bank draft system. So they can actually connect their bank account up and do a direct deposit into my bank account. I just thought I'd mention that. So, because I
Christine?
noticed, yes,
Do we have to ask Michelle to do that for us individually then?
yes.
Okay,
That's what I did. I
okay,
got in there early because they only have one of those tech Zooms now. And I got in there about 10 minutes early so that I could make sure I was one of the first ones. And she just went in, she just asked me to accept her through Zoom, and she went right in and put the link in, told me what I needed to do to finish the connect, and that's what
Okay.
I did.
okay. Good
It
to
was
know.
really simple, really simple.
Okay, thank you.
You're very welcome. You know, it just makes my heart sing when somebody asks me a question and I know how to answer it. Okay. So let's see. He's a founder, managing director. Now this guy might be a good guy. So I'm going to not click this. You don't want to click the connect button. You want to click the message button. And then you're going to type a message. Oh, what happened here? I can't talk and type at the same time. I just said, hi, Santosh. I noticed that we're both in the same group. Tell me, how long have you been using LinkedIn? I'm impressed with your work. Let's connect and find ways to collaborate, right? So I'll just sign it, Christine. And then I'll just send it. So I am not clicking on any connect buttons. I'm just sending him a message. And so that's all LinkedIn knows. They just know that I've sent Santosh a message. They don't know that I've actually invited him to connect with me, right? So now it's up to Santosh to use his connection availability to connect with me, right? So I'm just going to close this down now. Do you get the idea? Are there any more questions about how to connect? Okay. So I'm going to go back in here. Into my home page here. Back into my events. There. So we need to have, in order to be able to be building a decent sized business, we need to have clear business strategies in place, right? And have our goals in place and revisit those on a regular basis. And be aware of our marketing tactics. There are so many people I run into online, and I'm sure you guys do too, where people are, it's like they're splashing all their stuff. Here's my new this, here's my new that, see my new this is my widget, check out this widget, you know, and it's just like you're being slapped in the face by people pitching. So this has been a really big lesson to me over the years in the fact that, and Michelle teaches us this all the time, right? She says, you got to build that know, like, and trust. You got to offer really good value for people to even sit up and notice you, right? So, and the other is mismanaged email automations. So, big time, use ChatGPT. If you have a hard time trying to compose newsletters, use ChatGPT. And here's something you can do with ChatGPT. You can give ChatGPT a piece of copy that you have typed. So you could take and copy this top part where it says, are you facing challenges in earning money online? It could be any kind of a piece of copy, and paste it into ChatGPT, and then ask ChatGPT to write a newsletter that sounds like you. Because ChatGPT can take what you've written and they can translate that into how to write like you. So I asked ChatGPT to write like me all the time because I was having a hard time with putting together scripts for my videos, and they just weren't feeling comfortable. I just wasn't, it was just really hard for me to memorize what I was supposed to say and make these videos. So I got the brainwave that I was going to train it to know exactly how to sound more like me. And we did a little bit of refining, ChatGPT and I. And so I use ChatGPT all the time to compose all my newsletters. And I'm in the process right now of going through my funnel that we purchased when we first got started with this program. And I'm going through each one of those emails and copying and pasting that each email into ChatGPT and asking ChatGPT to write a script that sounds like me using that email as a guide, right? Because that email wasn't written by me. I just went in and tweaked it, right? But I've noticed something because mine has been set up for over a year now. And I noticed that there were some changes that we need to make in those funnels, because there's things that are mentioned in the funnels that are dated. So there's, I think it's the third or the sixth email in there has 2024 on it. So you need to go in there and change it to 2025. So I noticed a few of those kinds of things. Are there any other questions before we wrap it
I have
up
a
today?
question.
Yes?
In LinkedIn, the profile that I had it set up for my network marketing company.
Uh-huh.
Can I just go in there and set it up for the digital marketing?
Oh, yes, you can go in there and edit it.
Because I never posted anything. I just set up the account.
Wow. It doesn't matter. It can be like, there's a lot of people that I meet on a regular basis who are wanting to build the legacy project and set up a legacy for themselves. And they work at a government job, or they work in a hospital, and they can't have their face shown
Mhm.
as being involved with a side hustle, so to speak. So what they do, I tell them to just set up the profile on your LinkedIn as it's you. You're the person on this is another big pet peeve I have. Oh, there are so many husbands and wives who will put a picture up there. The headshot is a picture of them together. Okay, whose profile is it? Is it the husband's or the wife's? So we need to set up our profiles on LinkedIn as us, the user of the profile, right? Not as a husband and wife. And headshots, no pets, no pictures of waterfalls where the headshot's supposed to go. That's just for the headshot, and no logo, no business logo in there. That is for your headshot. So if you're setting up your LinkedIn profile for because you have a job, you set it up like it's the job, right? Not the legacy program. And then what you do is you go in and set up a company page, and you close that company page and only invite people that you want to follow you on that company page. And so then you just post on your company page. So I've got marketing mentress. I've got two different ones. One's the marketing mentress, on the LinkedIn marketing mentress, and the other one is marketing mentress. So I've got, they're free. You can set up as many of those company pages as you want.
So what do you mean by company pages? You mean on your profile?
Yeah, on your profile, they're attached to your profile, just like you do with Facebook. Do you have Facebook?
Yes.
So Facebook, you can set up a business page,
Mhm.
and that business page is free, and you can have all kinds of different business pages set up. And then you have your main profile, right? It's the same thing with LinkedIn. You have your main profile, and then you can set up what they call company pages.
Okay.
Attach them to your profile. And I will, when I've been working with a company and trying to help them with their marketing for their LinkedIn, using their LinkedIn, I will set up a company page, and then help by doing posting on that company page for them. That answer your questions?
I think so. Like for my main profile, what would I post on there then? And what would I post on the company page?
Well, you don't really need to have a company page if you're just marketing the legacy project, right?
Okay.
You can just set up your profile page. You don't have to have a company page. There's some people that get really pernickety about company pages, and that's actually how I got introduced to the company pages. Way back in 2011, this guy reached out and connected with me, and he was some expert on LinkedIn. He said, well, how can you be an expert on LinkedIn if you don't have a company page? And I said, what's that? So I went ahead and set up a company page. And I will post on my company page, but not as much as I do on my profile page.
Mhm.
So
And
I
you
don't
can
really
post
see it.
any of your TikTok videos that you do, you post directly to LinkedIn.
Yes, I've been posting them directly on LinkedIn, but it's because I've got them set so that they don't save the watermark.
Mm-hmm.
So make sure you go into your phone and block the watermark.
So it just has to be toggled on or off?
It has to be toggled off.
Off. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Got it.
Yeah. It'll say, when you scroll down, it'll say there, it actually says on your phone, save posts with watermark. And so that you turn that button off.
Okay. I did see that. Yeah.
Yeah. And it's not that easy to find, but I'm so glad that they do that now. And I can just put all my videos on auto post.
There's a question in the comments.
There is a question in the comments. Thank you. I'll go into my chat. How do you block family members from seeing your profile? Do you know what? I have never worried about it. My kids aren't even connected to me on LinkedIn, except Michael and Brian, the two oldest boys. And they know that I do all kinds of stuff, and they're busy creating things. My oldest son has created his own website to help people who are Etsy salespeople and Amazon salespeople to be able to manage their inventory on their own website, so that when something is sold, it automatically changes the availability of inventory on those individual websites. So they know what I'm doing, I know what they're doing, and we just sort of tolerate each other and ask each other questions. But most families aren't on LinkedIn. Are there any other questions?
This was very helpful. And thank you so much, Christine.
You're very welcome. Thank you for joining us. This is great. So
Yeah, I've learned a lot tonight. This is great.
I
Thank
hope
you,
it helps you
Christine.
guys. I like to do this on a regular basis because there's new things that happen all the time with LinkedIn and all the social media. The internet is like a live organism that's continually growing and changing and moving. So we need to stay on top of what's happening. So you guys have a great rest of your day.
You too, Christine. Thanks for
you.
your time.
Yeah, great
Bye-bye.
to see you. Bye.
Bye now.
Okay, thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.